It has been a very dumb year in college sports. And while that might not distinguish it from recent history, the industry has managed to double down on nonsense in ways rarely seen before. Leading the parade of dubious ideas was a governor deciding to become a meddling booster. The governor of Louisiana inserted himself into LSU's football woes, ripping the athletic director for a massive buyout before engineering his firing. The program was then tasked with landing Lane Kiffin, which they did, with the governor even placing a welcoming call. It remains to be seen if he'll want play-calling privileges next. Then there was the quarterback who misplayed the market. Tennessee's Nico Iamaleava reportedly sought a huge raise after his sophomore season. Not only did he not get it from the Volunteers, he couldn't find it anywhere in the portal. He landed at UCLA for less money, with worse talent, and posted worse stats for a 3-win team. A spectacular miscalculation. The beleaguered ACC tied itself in knots with championship rules that somehow left the highest-ranked team, Miami, out of its title game. Instead, an 8-win Duke team slid in, won, and kept the ACC champion out of the playoff, creating a messy at-large controversy. Bill Belichick's college coaching debut at North Carolina was a 4-win disaster, with more headlines about his personal life than his team's performance. In basketball, the concept of a season was eroded by midseason free agency, with teams hustling to enroll pros from overseas or the G League like it was a trade deadline. At Michigan, the Sharon Moore era ended in shocking fashion with a firing and an arrest on the same day, continuing a distressing pattern for the program. The NCAA, meanwhile, is pushing to expand the basketball tournament to 76 teams despite almost no public demand, a move that primarily benefits mediocre power conference teams. The new era of revenue sharing and supposed guardrails has been predictably chaotic, with salary caps ignored and enforcement futile. And in a stunning display of tone-deaf timing, the NCAA briefly voted to allow athletes to bet on pro sports while federal investigations into point shaving and game fixing in college basketball were ongoing. They thankfully walked that one back at the last second. But perhaps no one authored more dubious ideas than Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti. His proposals included handing multiple automatic playoff bids to favored conferences, a bloated 2014 playoff, and a private capital scheme that 2 of his own member schools revolted against. 2.5 years in, he still has work to do to prove he actually likes college sports. It was, in short, a year where the pursuit of money, power, and shortcuts consistently outpaced common sense, leaving a trail of confusion and self-inflicted wounds across the entire landscape.